Hey everyone, welcome to my podcast going from thousands to millions. I'm excited again. I'm always excited, right? I've had a big workout just before we started this podcast, so I'm even more excited. So we've got Josh Reid on today. Josh, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Good to meet you in person.
You too.
I've never met you in person, first time.
Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
How long have you been following me on Insta for? Couple of years at least?
Yeah, good year and a half now.
There you go. And we've spoken here and there.
All the time.
Yeah, and I'm like, why don't you come in? And you're like, yeah, let's do it.
Of course,
and here we are.
of course.
So, mate, you know what? I've talked to a lot of people on this podcast that have been on their journey.
Yeah.
That have started a journey, they've been very successful, and that's great.
Yeah.
And the reason why I've done that is because I wanted to take the audience on that journey.
Yeah.
But then I thought, what better way to end this series? Number one, by getting someone that is actually starting their journey.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So I thought, let's get someone on board that's at the start of their journey. How old are you? 17?
19.
19.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's really, really young, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 19 years old, I know you've got a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about you is you got a lot of determination.
Yeah.
Right? And you got a bit of a chip on your shoulder as well. Right?
Yeah, a little one.
Yeah, that's cool. Because you know what? I used to be exactly the same. Right? And you know what? That's what gave me the drive.
Yeah.
Right? That's what pushed me. Because I always thought I had something to prove. I always thought, I'm talking about myself, I always thought I was never good enough. I always thought that I had to keep pushing myself to not only to prove to myself, but to everybody else that I was good enough and I could do it, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't apologize for that because that's what pushed me.
Exactly.
That's what gave me the fuel to be where I am today, right? Because if I didn't have that, I'd probably just be ordinary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with ordinary, but I wouldn't be where I am today, right?
I mean, ordinary isn't the best.
100%. Yeah.
You always want to live better than the rest.
100%. 100%. So tell me your story. So 19 years old, tell me where you're from, tell me what you're doing. Talk to me.
So, I'm from the eastern suburbs and I'm trying to go pro with my tennis, you know.
Okay.
It's long hours, like I'm up at 4 every morning.
Every morning?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Training down at Port Melbourne for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Doing your fitness, agility and strength and conditioning. And once that finishes, go home, have a quick lunch and then off to the tennis court for another 2-3 hours every day.
Every day?
Yep, Monday to Saturday.
So how'd you get into tennis? Why tennis?
So when I was 3, my grandma just had like a totem tennis in the backyard.
Yeah.
I just picked it up and started playing with my mum and you know, it's taken off from there.
And that's it?
Yeah.
So you finished high school?
No, I finished year 11, dropped out and I went and lived in Europe last year playing tennis while everyone else was struggling with year 12.
Yeah.
So
what made you drop out? Like why?
Tennis, you know, just the time that tennis takes up. 8-9 hours a day. I wasn't going to have time to study.
Yeah.
You know, you can't juggle studying to get your ATAR and trying to go pro with tennis. No one can do it. It's just too like time consuming and you're not going to sleep at the end of the day. So tennis is my passion and I just went 120% with it.
Are you scared that you put all your eggs in one basket?
No.
No. I like that.
Confidence. I've got like, yes, you got to have a plan B, but that's only if you're scared. You know, I want to go 100% straight into tennis. You know, I've got my goals that I'm achieving, like short term and long term. So that's what keeps me going.
So tell me, how does the tennis circuit work? So give us a bit of a breakdown.
So you come up through juniors.
Yeah.
So there's the junior tour within Australia.
Yeah.
And that's just obviously Australian tournaments that just gives you an Australian ranking.
Yeah.
And then once you have a good enough Australian ranking, you go on to the Itf Junior Circuit, which is for 18 and unders. So anyone can play that's under 18. Yeah. And once you turn 18 and you're obviously trying to transition onto the Pro Tour, so it goes futures, which I'll be playing, and then challenges, and then obviously your majors such as Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and then US.
Yeah.
So it's a long process, but you know it's worth it in the end.
So what's the tennis circuit like in Australia? Is it big? Is there a lot of people competing?
Yeah, it's quite a lot. Like
there's
a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Tennis is a very popular sport here.
It is very popular.
Yeah, but it's expensive. Very expensive.
Wow. So what do you do? How do you cover your expenses and stuff?
So obviously I'm lucky that my parents can pay for most of it. Yeah. But obviously they just pay for, you know, personal training if I need it. Yeah. But actually hitting, I don't really pay for, because I'm just hitting with other people that I know, and at National Tennis Centre just down the road. Yeah. So I train with most of the pros there. Yeah. Which is, you know, it's free, which is good. Yeah. You know, it costs a lot, especially when you're trying to go overseas with the flights and how far away you are. Yeah. So
you're dedicating a lot to
it.
Not only, like, you decide to quit school to give this a shot. It takes a lot to do that, right? I think sometimes you don't think about it, like people don't think about it, but if they look back, they're like, wow. So you're given a massive, like, that's a massive thing to do. So then from there, you got to train every day. Yeah. Then mum and dad and whatever, you put money into it as well. Does that put any pressure on you to perform?
It puts pressure on me. It motivates me, because I want to pay it back, obviously. So that keeps me going. You know, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm ready. So
when you don't want to get up sometimes, is that what pushes you?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I wake up.
I gotta fucking get
up. And if I'm tired, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to get up. I give myself, I do a countdown, 1, 2, 3, and I get up. So you know, you just don't lay in bed and you're like, oh, I don't want to get up. Yeah. So I force myself to get up. Yeah. And I feel like that's actually better, because then you want to work harder, because you felt lazy in the morning. Yeah.
It's discipline.
Yep. That's what it comes down to, being disciplined.
I think in life, discipline is a big thing. I'm a massive believer that you can do anything you want.
Oh, 100%.
I think you can party, you can work, you can study, you can do whatever you want. Doesn't matter what it is. Who's your idol in tennis?
You know, everyone's going to say like Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, but there's Sasha Zverev, a German tennis player, and then Dominic Thiem, who's Austrian.
What do you like about that?
Just like the tenacity, like Thiem's, you know, he's under 6 foot and he's crunching balls. Like, wow. That he's one of the best up and coming players, and same with Zverev. You know, he's like 6'4", 6'5". He's a giant. Like, he's got one. His game and my game are very similar. So you know, I look up to him. Yeah. And it's just, I take pieces out of their game, add it to mine.
That's pretty cool. Do you have mentors?
Yeah, in tennis or just in life?
Not just in tennis. Like, do they take you? So how does it work? Like, you know how you said you go and hit the ball with the pros and stuff?
Yeah. So during Australian Open, I was selected to be a hitting partner for all the pros.
Okay, cool.
So you get to see all the behind the scenes, you know, in the change rooms, just how they act. And it's, people, I don't think they realise just how normal. Like, I was in the room, like, change room with Rafa, you know, and he's the most, like, he's the nicest guy. He gave me his Richard Mille to wear and just, take photos of.
That's pretty cool, man.
I mean, that's $1 million watch.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it's only 18 grams, which I was shocked. Like, it is so light as well. Yeah. And like, you know, all you see, it's same with Nick Kyrgios and Bernard Tomic. Yeah. They are the nicest guys behind. Like, take tennis away, they are so nice. Like, I've known them for a while. I know some of the family members. Yeah. And they're so nice. But the media portray them to be the worst people in the world.
Because that's how they sell papers. And that's how they get people's attention.
The Australian media has ruined so many careers.
That's sad.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've spoken about this on a number of occasions. You know, I think we have that tall puppy syndrome here. Yeah. You know, and I don't understand why we have that. Like, it's actually, people are scared to talk about the success. People are scared to show the success. You know, and I always say it, you know, I'm kind of repeating myself, but I always say, how do you encourage other people to do well, you know? You got to share your story. Yeah. You got to share your success stories and everything.
But it also comes down to if people want to be successful as well, or just hate on you.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, you know, I don't get why we do that here. And I hope, and like I said, you know, it's come up a number of times, and I really think we can change it.
I think you can, but it just, you know, everyone's always gonna talk a little bit of shit about certain people.
Yeah, I hate that, because you know why? Because I think, like, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it.
No one's grateful.
Yeah, if you've got nothing nice to say about someone, don't say it. Or if you have an issue with someone, just say it to their face.
That's the thing, no one says it to their face. Yeah. Like, why are you so scared to say it to someone's face?
Yeah, just, like, but talk it out, because what you find is that a lot of the times there's actually two sides to a story. And if you have a problem with someone and you say, listen, I'm disappointed in this, or I don't appreciate what you did, or, you know, I don't like certain things, people can actually explain themselves. Yeah. And you might think, oh, okay, well, fair enough. Or the way I look at it is, if it doesn't affect you, it has nothing to do with you. Don't worry about it. It's what others, like, that's their life, not yours. So don't worry about other people's life. You concentrate on yours.
And it's always those people that, you know, they always make fake accounts on Instagram to view what you're doing as well.
Yeah. I've been quite lucky, man. Like, you know, to be honest with you, I've never had any issues with my Instagram. It's just, so I get a lot of people that talk about it and stuff, but I've never had any issues, you know. And I get a lot of DMs about people saying, you know, thank you for motivating me, thank you for this, thank you for that, and like, it's such a great feeling.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a nice feeling because it makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know what it feels like for people not to believe in you. You know, and people are very selfish. They don't take the time out to actually give back. So it's nice to give back without expecting something in return. But you actually are getting something in return as well at the same time. You're getting that joy.
Good date for a day.
You're getting that joy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell me, do you have a sponsor?
Yeah, I've just got one sponsor, which is Head Tennis.
Yeah.
So they just supply me with rackets and accessories.
How are we going to find you a sponsor? We're going to find you a sponsor.
I just need to get.
Do you get there and look for it?
You can't really look for it. It's more, you know, you market yourself on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I hate like Instagram models, for sports, you really got to market yourself. Otherwise, there's no other way for you to get yourself out there unless, you know, you're on TV.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to go to Europe. You get those good results. Then companies, they check Instagram, they check rankings, and they'll approach you.
So how does the like, you know, when you play just normal tournaments, this and that, do people come and actually, like, recruiters come and what do you call them? Not recruiters, what do they call them?
Yeah, so for sponsors or for
for sponsors.
So it's more online, like they don't really come in person.
They don't come and watch.
Yeah, so online presence is a big thing.
So online presence is the big thing.
Yeah, so that's why if you go look at an athlete's profile, it's just, them training and just them playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sponsors want to see your ability, and then they'll contact you, ask for your CV, see what your experience in life is, and then match them together, and they'll put something forward.
There you go. So you got to push your online presence.
Yeah.
We got to get you, my guy, to kind of follow you.
That would be perfect.
Huh?
That's what I need.
That's what you need, and is that how they do it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Wow. Because it's an expensive hobby.
Oh, it's so expensive.
And it's interesting because tennis is, like you said, it's so big.
Yeah. Like
especially in Australia
it's
too.
Huge.
Yeah. But here too, we love tennis.
Yeah.
So you play at the Australian Open at all, like in the actual on the grounds? Have you?
Yeah, I play on the courts.
Yeah, the courts.
Yeah.
Is there a favourite court? Is there a difference when you're playing on a court?
Yeah, a big difference.
There is.
So like for me, one of my favourite courts is Show Court 3.
Yeah, why is that?
Just because like when you're hitting there, it's just like the environment, like it echoes so much. Obviously, I haven't played Australian Open, so I haven't had the crowd there. But just hitting there normally, like you can just feel. Like everything just changes when you walk down that little tunnel and you go on the court. Like just everything.
So when
changes.
you do that, do you ever feel like you close your eyes? You visualize?
Yeah, visualize every night.
You do?
What I want. Yep.
And you visualize that, fuck, one day I'm gonna walk down there and I'm gonna hear that crowd.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be me playing that court.
Every day, every night before I go to bed.
It's pretty powerful.
Oh, it's huge. Visualization is so important.
It is, isn't it?
Mhm. Like a vision board as well.
You have a vision board?
Yeah.
Where, in your bedroom?
Yep.
So what do you put on it?
Obviously, so like the tournaments that I want to win, like Australian Open, like everyone wants to win their home slam.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's just that, a nice house.
So you actually cut it out?
Yeah. I print it off,
you
cut
print
it out,
out
and put it on my wall.
And you put it on your wall?
Yeah.
And you wake up every morning, you look at it?
Yeah.
And at night before you get to sleep, you look at it?
And I have like 5 goals next to it, and I read them every morning, every night.
I love that. And that's what pushes you.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I think, you know, it's so simple, but so many people won't do like, they don't do it.
It's because they don't have the drive, the self-motivation. They need someone to push them.
So where does your drive come from?
Just inner me, you know. It's like, for
it
me,
has to come from somewhere. Where does it come from? Like, you have to have a reason why you have that drive.
You know, my dad's military,
and
he's special forces.
Yeah.
And so he's obviously, to get to where he is now, he's one of the most decorated soldiers.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got to live up to him when it comes to, like, if he was going to talk about me to all of his teammates, he's not going to, oh, you know, I don't want him saying, oh, my son's just a slouch, you know. I want him to be able to say, oh, look, this is my son. You got to make your dad proud. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't want, because of his success within the army, you know, I don't want to be seen as, you know, just this slouch, this couch potato. Yeah. You know, I want to, like, achieve my own success like he has. Yeah. Like, he's got some, like, the rows of ribbons. He's got 4. And so there's not many other soldiers that have that. Wow. Especially, and he's 58 this year. And he's one of the oldest in the regiment. Wow. Like, he's kicking all of the younger guys. Is he still there? Yeah. He's still in the army? He's deployed right now.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you miss him when he's not around?
Yes and no.
Do you get used to it? So, yeah. So growing up, you used to see Dad always...
I didn't really see him because he works full time.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like just normal for me. You know, it was hard when I was. It was hard when I was younger, when he was going overseas, because I didn't understand why.
Yeah, why?
And I didn't know anything about him like that much.
Yeah.
But now that, you know, I'm older, I understand who he is and what he does.
It's pretty cool, man.
Oh, I think it's pretty cool. Yep.
You know, it's interesting. We've got the 6 weeks isolation in Victoria, so that's 6 weeks. I want to just focus on training and just pushing myself really hard.
6 weeks can change your life.
I reckon it could too. You know, 6 weeks of dedicated training, no drinking alcohol, no going out, just 6 weeks, just giving it a go. Strict diet. Yeah. Is really important. I struggle with that. Strict diet, yeah. But I think you got to do that. You got to really focus and turn that negative into a positive.
Yeah, 100%. You know, everyone's complaining, oh, stuck inside, can't do anything. You can go online course, read books. You can do a lot of things that will change your life.
100%. I totally agree.
And it comes back again. This country, nobody takes opportunities. Everyone complains. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people, successful people, that have said, take this opportunity to get better, and I have. Yeah. And I know a lot of other people that haven't, so.
Yeah. So you train every day, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to get my camera guy, and I'm going to give him to you for 2 days on me. To come and take photos of you, take shots of you playing tennis, and help you with your social media.
Thank you.
All right?
I appreciate it.
So next week, Thursday, Friday, he's going to come, and he's going to take photos of you, and he's going to put on your social media, and we're going to find you a sponsor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that a lot.
We're going to do that, all right? We're going to do that. We're going to find you a sponsor. You know, I reckon you got a bright future, and I can't wait to listen to this podcast in 3 or 4 years' time. And then we got that $1 million Richard Mille watch on your hand. I want to come and borrow it off you.
Yeah, of course. I'll give it to you for the week.
But seriously, man, like, it's really cool. It's really cool to have dreams. It's really cool to have goals. It's so good. You know, it takes me back to when I was your age, you know, and I had such hunger.
Yeah.
I had such hunger, man. Like, I used to, like, you know, I wasn't into sports, but I used to, like, you know, I used to push myself so hard. I used to do exercise. I used to do weights, and I was like, from the age of 10, 11, I used to just do weights all the time when I was younger. Yeah. And I used to push myself so hard, and I miss that. It's such a like a nice feeling. Like, it's just like this feeling that you miss, you know.
Yeah.
But don't give up. No. You know, don't give up, because I'll tell you something. All your dreams can come true.
Yeah. I know that.
It's 100%. It's, you only stop when you put limitations on yourself.
Yeah.
If you got any advice that you want to give other kids, 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever, that are you know, in the same place as you are, doing whatever they are doing their own thing, what would that be?
I'd say find your craft, find what you love the most, and pursue it. Like for me, with tennis, you know, choosing to drop out and go 150% at tennis.
Yeah.
And just like achieving short-term goals, like setting 5 goals for every month that are achievable, because that keeps you going. You know, you feel better when you achieve a goal.
So true.
You have your short-term goals and then your long-term goals. Like, as I said before, achieve your short-term goals, and that'll lead to a quicker success in your long-term goals.
100%. I'm a massive believer of that. That is so true. Man, I'll tell you something. For a young man your age, like, you're so disciplined. And I love that about you. You have so much drive. And you know what? before you came on, and I've never done this before, I put your Instagram thing on, because I've never actually talked about any guests that before they've come. I really believe you're going to make it.
Thank you.
I actually know you're going to make it.
Thank you, that means a lot.
I actually know. I know. I feel it. I know it. I'll put it on fucking camera. You mark my words, you're going to make it, and I can't wait to see you shine, and I can't wait to see you do well. And I can't wait for you to give back once you get to that place to other kids that had a dream, that wanted to be that, you know, successful and wanted to achieve their goals. And that's what life's all about, right?
Creating opportunities for other people.
For other people. Good to see you. I can't
you
wait to see your journey.
Thank
We're going to get him next week. We're going to check out your Instagram the next week after to make sure you actually did it. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Thanks for listening to the podcast again. Tuning on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and subscribe. And God bless and thank you. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the episode. What I wanted to do in this episode was to get someone that's on the beginning of their journey. You know, we've had a lot of successful people with a lot of stories, but what about the people that are just starting up? You know, I feel your pain, I see the struggles, and I see what you guys are going through, and it's not easy. I was talking to someone before on the phone, and I said to him, you know, I've been doing what I've been doing for 16 years, right? And I know the first 5 years are the most difficult when you're all by yourself. There's no one there for you, right? So it's good to hear someone's story that's starting up, you know, and hear the struggles, hear the challenges, and hear what they're going through, because that's real. Shit doesn't happen overnight. It does take 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But it's about staying consistent. It's about not giving up. That said, we wanted to do something for Josh, as I said in the podcast before. That was to help him to get a sponsor. So thank you to Flynn and Josh. We put this together for him as a gift. And I want you guys to watch it, distribute it amongst your friends and family, and hopefully we can find someone that will sponsor him. And that's what it's all about. We live in the best country in the world, and we are here to work with each other and rise each other up and help each other, because that's what it's all about. God bless, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Hey guys, my name's Josh Reid and I'm a 19-year-old next-gen tennis player from Melbourne. My short-term goals are to qualify and make quarterfinals in futures and break through onto the ATP Tour. Money clip I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming in. Yeah, flex. The long-term goals I have for the next 1 to 2 years are win all levels of futures they have and start making final rounds of challenges, which are the next level up. The brand attributes I bring to companies are I'm very engaging with all people involved with the products. I'm very marketable as I'm able to attract potential employees and clients to the products that you have. I also have a worldwide presence as I'm traveling all over the world for my tennis. The biggest inspirations to me are Dominic Thiem and Sasha Zverev, as their game styles are something I love and I look up to, and I'd love to bring them both together and have it as my game. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Where I'd love to be in the top 30 for the ATP Tour, and that's the one goal I really want to achieve. I have it on my wall that I look at every night and every morning. Thanks guys.